who do I want to go with? Also, my apologies about this one. I was fast forwarding to get to this point, and while mashing the X button, I think I accidentally picked go with Dio. You know what? Since I accidentally pressed that one, I'll pick it. Fuck it. Before I start reading in Sigma's voice and forgetting how much it hurts me, I should probably intro, shouldn't I? Hey there, guys! My name is Nix, and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. Last time, I know we found a dead lady, but that wasn't technically last part because I split it. No, last part we had a chat with everyone, and then, yeah, I remember. We did our things, and Clover told us about the previous nonary games. Anyway. Oh god, I should have gotten some water. Oh god, why? Everything's a train wreck. I'll take Dio. That means the red door's for us.
Whoa. Betting on the dark horse, huh? It feels kind of weird to say that about myself.
Yeah, even Dio knows he's an asshole.
Anyway, might as well be polite. Thank you.
You okay with that, Clover?
Well, I don't really trust him, but...
Neither do I, but it's fine.
if Alice really wants to go with option B...
Yes, this works fine. Kay, Tenmyoji, and I will take the green door. It's not great, but it's better than Dio. I'm good.
Well, I'm willing to do option B. Quark should be fine if he's with Luna.
Okay, I'll take good care of him, I promise.
Putting a lot of faith in Luna there. What about fighting Kay?
No problems here. I'll take Quark and Luna and we'll do the blue door.
I also approve of option B. I will take the green door, correct?
Yeah, good. Looks like we're all set. Kay nodded and handed Quark gently to Luna.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
I mean, you probably should have given him to Phi. She looks like she could actually carry him, but you know what, whatever. Come on, guys, hurry. Door's already closing.
Coming!
I know!
With seconds to spare, we leapt across the threshold.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
I'm mildly intrigued to see how these two will interact with each other. Okay, so where are we heading? What is this? There's 3 different doors.
Which one do we take?
Dunno, but it looks like they're all locked anyway.
So this is a dead end? Great.
No, hold on. What's this thing?
Well, it's got a lever on it.
Don't get too attached. It's probably a lever.
Leave now, Clover. Are you serious?
Yeah, pretty good, huh?
No.
Am I great or what?
No.
Huh?
No, no.
Hey, Sigma, is this chick simple or something?
Damn, Dio, you don't pull any punches. I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just take it easy with her, okay?
Hey! What kind of a gentleman has a secret conversation in front of a lady? I guess it can't be helped, though. You boys just secrete secrets.
It's not the only thing I'm secreting right now. Wayo! Oh god, you are still mad.
Oh man, I'm good.
Sigma, please, let me give her a smack.
I wouldn't do that. What if it only makes her worse?
Well, I think that's enough genius comedy for now. How about we throw that lever?
I thought you said we should stay away from it.
Well, you don't really think anything bad's gonna happen if you pull it, do you? Besides, it's not like we can go back.
Fine, I'll do it. Ready? Here we go!
Hey, we got somewhere to escape to. Huh. Center one opened.
Looks like the others are still locked, though.
Through the center one, then. Forward!
Without waiting for a response, Clover marched through the door. Dio and I shared a glance, shook our heads, and followed. Yeah, sounds about the right thing to do. No, I'm gonna get mocked for saying it that way. Laboratory. Let's say laboratory. DD, get out of my laboratory! It's been years since I've watched Dexter's Lab. I can't remember how his voice sounds. What is this place?
Well, it said laboratory on the door, didn't it?
Dio can read. He's better than most other people we've seen so far.
I figure that means they're dissecting frogs or building mine rays or something.
A laboratory, huh?
Do you think they might research stuff like viruses here? If they do...
Good idea. We might be able to find some of that Exavalia. That's how you pronounce it.
If we do, we can cure Quark.
You really think it'll be that easy?
Well, someone's a positive thinker.
Shut it. Just saying. This place hasn't exactly been set up for us to succeed so far.
I mean, it probably would have if we don't betray each other. Well, we wouldn't know unless we look. So, let's get started. Seek a way out! Also, am I the only one that finds the green fluid in the wall a bit weird? Like, we get you're a lab, but I don't know if you need to go to that extent. Also, yeah, back on the PS4. So, you know when I initially switched to PC? I installed the game to my PC hard drive as opposed to my external hard drive. Yeah, that was a bad idea because then I changed PCs and then I lost the game and I thought, well, it's easier for me to catch up on the PS4 version as opposed to replaying the whole thing on PC. There's a joke to be made here, and I'm sure the game will make it for me if I examine this. A cylinder full of seeds. They're thin and have stripes. No? No joke about seed? I'm disappointed, game. A binder. There's some paper inside. I'm still not sure how to do Clovers. One moment. Sorry, I just had to adjust my microphone real quick. I'm verging on the side of doing like more American, but I don't know whether that's gonna get real annoying or something. It says DNA extraction instructions. Place plant material in designated blender and activate blender. Once the material has been thoroughly broken down, add in solution of saline water. Liquid will be filtered and dripped down into a beaker. Once it's done, pour ethanol into the beaker. DNA will collect to the bottom of the beaker. You know, I think I've done... No, wait, that was extracting chromosomes. Never mind. I was going to say, I think I've done this experiment in high school. Apparently not. More seed! Probably shouldn't yell that. I think there's still a few things here we might be able to use. The devil's in the details, you know? Okay, so I've got saline solution. Kermit, are you doing okay? You appear to be a bit stuck. Look, it's Lord Harpington. I think you'll find his name is Lord Kiru. But I did murder his ass, so yeah. Don't give it a name. Aw, it looked like he's dead. Yeah, he's probably been preserved. I think that liquid inside is ethanol. How would you know? The smell. Really? Yeah, it smells like disinfectant, right? And besides, scientists preserve stuff in ethanol all the time. And you know this how? Is saline just salt water? Or am I misremembering that fact? Also, like, roots. What the hell is this? A dead spider? I mean, I can sort of see where you're coming from. Maybe it's a fake bee. Oh, Jesus Christ. Have you ever seen a person with a beard like this? Yeah, my grandpa had one. Looks like a root. It's probably some kind of preserved specimen. Thank you, Dio, for bringing it back. Probably won't need them. Looks like somebody put specimens in. Okay, so we've got a microscope. We've got more seed. With half a circle. Half a circle. I can already see there's a lot of parts to this. It's black. There's nothing on here. Is this a microscope? I tried looking into the eyepiece, but it's pitch black in there. Well, there's these 4 holes on top of it. Maybe we need to stick something in them? Can I, like, look at those? So, I'm guessing I need to, like, get 4 lots of different seeds or something and then put them in the holes. What's this thing? Who knows? Strange machine. We don't know what it does. Best leave it alone. So we got... There's something on this tray. 2 empty capsules. Look like a ball. There isn't anything in it. You think we're supposed to stick the mellipod into something? And seed. This one's just a blank oval. A blinder. There's some paper inside. Let me see that. Says steps for dissecting a frog. Okay. A binder. Looks like there's 2 pieces of paper in here. Yeah, let's see here. Hydroponics research wanted. Hydroponics? Guys, we are on the moon, aren't we? Hydroponics is growing plants in space. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what hydroponics is. Holy shit, we are on the moon. Hey, look, a Kniffy. That lion's eating the sun. What? Every time every time I see something that reminds me of like something else that was hinted in this game, and I'm like, oh, neurons are firing and everything's horrible, probably. Hey, look, more seed. What the fuck are you? This must be some kind of waste tank. Looks like it's a thigh tank. You for real? I think I missed the joke there. Oh well, it was from what Clover has demonstrated. She's not great at jokes, so we'll leave it at that. So, do I need to like... Can I like open this or something? Preserve frog, huh? Hey, wasn't that thing you found called steps for dissecting a frog? I'd say it's pretty clear what we're supposed to do next, wouldn't you? Yep, so... My notes are here. Hydroponics. Prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with a ratio 1 part fluid to 10 parts water. Each fluid has a distinct color. 2 long seeds, 3 round seeds. The long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Round seeds in fluids B and D fail to germinate. None of the marked seeds germinated put in fluid C. Non-marked specimens failed to germinate in fluid A or fluid B. And the striped seeds were put into D, only one of them. Oh god, there's a fucking logic puzzle, isn't there? Alright. I now keep a binder of paper here for unrelated reasons, but like it's real helpful to have now. Let me go grab a pen. So, I think the first thing to do is determine which solution is which, I'm guessing. Remove the specimen from its preserving in ethanol. Dispose of the ethanol by pouring it down the drain of the fume cupboard. The ethanol will be filtered and gathered in liquid waste. In this section provided with the scalpel. So, to the fume cupboard. Over here. So if I use this here. Huh? Why'd they put a speaker in here? That's a drain! What is wrong with you? Oh, I see you got the frog there. Plan to take it out, I assume. You should probably pour the ethanol down the drain first. Okay. If I just pour the froggy ethanol into the drain. And set the frog over here. Okay. Do I have the Kniffy from before? I do. Here we are. Sorry, Froggy. The frog is sitting on the workbench under the fume hood. Can I, like... Oh, okay, I just take the waste tank. So, can I slice up Froggy yet? A question I've asked for years. Sigma, what are you gonna do with that scalpel? You gonna cut Lord Hoppington open? Well, I don't really have a choice, do I? But, poor Lord Hoppington. What are you freaking out about? It's dead. That's not the point! It's still sad. Yeah, it is kind of sad. Oh, for the love of... This frog is dead. It is an ex-frog. Fine, I'll do it. Hey, well, I guess that saves me the trouble. And Dio just takes the scalpel to it like a fucking butcher. Huh? Something came out of his stomach. A blue capsule? Oh. So now we've got 2 metal ones and a blue one. Oh, I wonder if this is for... I wonder if that's for the secret option. You know, the, fucking, why is it so hard to come around this side of the table? Ah, okay, so this is... these are the liquids. Know that hydroponics research thing we just found? I think it says something about preparing different hydroponic fluids and how they have each different words. You think this is what it was talking about? So I've got red, yellow, green, cyan, and blue. Hydroponics 1. Prepare 5 types of plant seeds. 2 long, 3 round. 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Before I do that, I should have a look at this. Man, look at all these pipes. I think they run down to the beakers underneath. There are handles where the pipes meet. If you turn the handle right, the liquid goes right. And if you turn it left, the liquid goes left. So maybe if you put it in the middle, half goes left and half goes right. What is this liquid then? Probably water. What do the numbers mean? Are they supposed to indicate the amount of water that flows out of each pipe? There aren't any on these, but they look like 80 somethings of water come out of the pipe in the center. And each pipe after the split gets 40. Right, okay, so we're supposed to regulate the flow of water with the handles so each beaker gets the correct amount. Yeah. How we get the water to come out in the first place then? I think that's probably on the... Okay, yeah, the lever. Okay, let's give it a shot. So we got 3, 3, 2, 5, 3. Hold on. So, 160 divided by 5, 10, 16. So that's 10. So we need 30, 30, 20, 50, and 30. Gotcha. So if I split that, and that gets 40 and then 20 to 20. Yeah, so that's those two. 40, I need splitting in half. 40, 20, so that needs 10 going into here. That literally it? Yeah, it's literally just point them all down. You poured the water into the beakers and all the lights are green. You did it! Whoop, whoop. Right, so oh no. I have accomplished step 1. One part. Yeah, okay. Prepare the 5 seed types of plants. 2 long, 3 round. The long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Hey, I did a thing. You did it, Sigma. You sowed your seeds. Don't. There we go. There's the innuendo I was waiting for. Don't say that. Huh? Why not? Just don't. Quiet, you two. Look at this. Oh, a Pokeball. A red capsule. There's a red capsule sitting in the hole. Cool. So, what am I doing with this saline and this root? I also have to do something with this blender. What's this thing? That thing on the top, it looks like some industrial strength lid. If you open it up, it looks like a blender or something. I don't think you use it for cooking, though. Maybe it's for maybe it's for scientifies experimentation? Scientifies? I don't know how you pronounce that word. Scientifies? Scientifies? Oh no, it's scientific, but it's just got an E on the end. Wow, I've never seen scientific spelled like that, unless that's just a typo. Yeah, you could probably pulverize just about anything with something this heavy duty. Okay, time to throw this root into the mixer. I was figuring that's what I did. So I'll blitz me root down. Alright, done. What do we do next? Is there anything? Okay. Once material's been thoroughly broken down, add in the saline water. Okay, which one of these 15 beakers is my saline? Alright. I'll just pour the saline solution in here. Like, saline is just salt water, right? Or am I interpreting that? There's a funnel above the beaker. Filtered liquid comes out of it. Eventually. Okay, looking good. So, after that... After the liquid is filtered, once done so, pour ethanol. Alright, so for this one I need my giant box. Alright, next I need to pour ethanol into the beaker. Then, give it like an hour. I guess this should do it. You think this gel here has the DNA that we're supposed to collect? Probably. So what do we do with it? Doesn't the manual say anything? Oh yeah, I think there's a fourth step in here. Nope, that's the frog cutting. Use an empty capsule to collect it. So, just one of these metal ones, or? Alright, I'm gonna dip the protrusion cap of this capsule into the stuff in the beaker. Awesome, you got it all! I got a green capsule. So we use, oh yeah, okay, so we got that to do DNA. Wait, what was that? I wonder if we could use anything else for this. Well, we will if we have to, I guess. That's so vague. Why is every relationship always about what the guy wants, huh? I got needs too. Where did this even come from, Clover? I mean, I'm the kind of girl who's totally devoted to a man, but that's a two-way street. What the hell are you talking about? I need to examine some of this shit more often. So we've got red, blue, and green. And I feel like we need... There should be something else we need to do. I don't know what this is back here. So Froggy had one of them. Can I not examine that? I kind of want to know what all that in the door was. Do you do anything? Strange machine. We don't know what it does. Tray, nothing on it anymore. So, do I put these in here? Yeah, I put these in here. Does it matter where they go, or? Sigma, come here. What's wrong? I can see something in here. What do you mean, something? Just look. It's easier than explaining. Oh boy, this is, it's been a while since I've done genetic coding. What the heck is this? Probably a simplified version of the DNA sequence. A is adenine, G is guanine, C is cytosine, and T is thiamine. I passed A-level biology, I think. I think we can manipulate it. Yeah. Looks like the puzzle has to do with pairing these bases. Bases? Yeah. DNA is made of 4 bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thiamine. However, you can only bind A to T or G to C. Anything else just won't work. I apologize if that sound is picking up in the background. I don't know why, but whenever someone decides to run the water in the house, my sink decides to gurgle. And I've no idea why. These are called complementary base pairings. You sure know a lot about this stuff. I guess I do. Anyway, you should be able to solve the puzzle now. Give it a shot. Reposition each row so that A is connected to T and G is connected to C. Press X to grab a row, move it up and... Okay, so... I was just dragging them round. Honestly. Huh. Did it. Good job, Sigma. That was awesome. You want a treat? I'm not hungry. Good turkey. What in the hell? Stop screwing off. We don't have time for that. Now get over here and look at this. Huh. There's something on it. Yep, we got our standard password. This is the safe password. Perfect. This is just what we need. Now my question, and it's a fairly important one. What the fuck do I do with this final capsule? Ah, I see. So I do the same thing, but with all the different types of seed in one. Alright, done. Okay, you're my saline. There's a funnel above the beaker. Ethanol. And here's my 4th one. Here's my 4th colour. And this will get me the blue password. Awesome, you got it all! Bitchin'! I figured it'd be something like that. And there's my blue password. Look, the screen changed. What's going on? You put in the yellow capsule, right? I think it reacted to that. Why? Oh, I was just thinking. Thinking what? Well, we just had the plant DNA in it, right? Maybe that caused this. Anyway, let's go have a look. It's different now. The shapes are in different places. Cool. Let's open this safe. But first, so let me grab my secret folder first. Sweet. Moon, sun, star. And here's the actual password. Exavalia! Sweet! Huh, it opened! Awesome! The suspense was killing me! Oops, shit. I pressed my PlayStation button. Okay, what have we got here? First is... a map? It says floor B! The one I found in the infirmary said floor A. So did the one from the lounge. And that would make floor A the top floor, right? I mean, we rode the elevator down to get here. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, let's keep looking. There's a lot of stuff in here. These are... key cards. Each one's got a picture of a moon on it. And these have to be the cards the announcer was talking about. Looks like they gave us two, just like with the sun cards. I'm a solo, so I'll hang on to one. Cool? Sure, fine. Next up, we've got a notebook. Really? You're looking at the notebook that's behind the bottle of Exavalia, which we said we were looking for and is clearly labeled? Oh boy, Sigma. Oh boy. Anything interesting? I can't read any of this. Are these even letters? What the heck is this? Isn't that a journal? It's got dates and stuff. Maybe, but I can't read any of this. Don't know why Sigma's kinda gone southern. What language is it? Who knows? Maybe it's Brazilian? They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Anyway. What else have we got in here? Really? You're not even gonna, like, let me look at what it might be? Are they hieroglyphics? Can Alice translate? Looks like two more things. I swear to God if I pick up the key first. Oh, thank God. Is that medicine? What's it say on the label? A-X-E-L. Axel? What are you doing here? Yeah, I just thought I'd drop by. Fancy showing off my new fancy keyblade they gave me. Nah, I wish. I wish. A-V-I-R. Axel lever. Axe lever? Speaking of people randomly showing up, Clover, you turned into Donald there for a brief second. Wait, didn't Luna say something about, Excelavia? You're right! This is it! This is Excelavia! It's the cure for radical sex! Whoa, hold on. Let me see that. Later. We need to get out of here as quick as possible. Yeah, we need to get through this stuff to Quark. We need to get this stuff to Quark. Oh, I wonder if I can do my, my optional pathway now that I've got a bottle of Excelavia. Fucking hell, it's really hard to say when it's not on screen. First, we gotta get out of this room. Yeah, but that's easy. You just got it, right? Yep, key in the safe. Yeah, let's go. Door, I need you. Ooh, is that a door? There's a steel plate bolted across this door. I can't open it. What if I examined it more? It would say a thing. Guys ready? Yeah, let's do it. Just get it over with. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Turn the key and we're out of here.
Hey, hold on a minute.
Hmm?
There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check. Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
Huh?
First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
Yeah.
I was just wondering what it was.
Well, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to answer that. Look at the side here. There's a name or something. IG Replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
Can we duplicate Excelivia? So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah. Probably copies IG. Whatever that is.
Immunoglobulin! Oh god. Oh, my neurons are firing. Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Of course. This machine must be here just so we can make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? You're the one idiotic girl, you know that? In other words, an IG.
Oh, good one.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes. There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
Since when did you give a fuck? He was right, of course. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine.
But I do! No, that's the wrong one again. I have a note for it, like, somewhere. I'm so pissed I can't check this journal. Yeah, immunoglobulin!
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right?
Yeah?
The vial. Could you show it to me again?
Why?
I didn't really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Excelivir?
Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled the vial out of my pocket. See, it's written right there on the label. Excelivir.
You really are an idiot.
Huh?
Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
What? I don't... The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. Yeah, I figured that was happening. Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Hey, what gives?
What are you doing?
Dio slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe.
I trust... Why did I choose to come with you?
I'll even give it back to you later.
No, not later. Give it back now!
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
Ally? Wait, is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
I didn't realize that they started to hurt, that I curled my hands into my fist. Dio was... Oh, I was trying to reread that first sentence and be like, what? If Dio would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelivir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
Can I tell them in a different timeline? Is that cheating? Damn it.
That's not fair.
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be. So, what are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick ally?
Fine. I promise.
Sigma!
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works. But don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and... well, you know what happens.
I feel like I might die.
See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio strutted out of the room.
Are you really going to do what he says?
Yeah.
Sigma, you've only got one BP right now. If we choose ally and he chooses betray...
Yeah, I'm as good as dead. I know. I'll drop to -1 and that means I'll get penalized.
But that means...
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will. Quark will.
So you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
That's a good question. In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. And we walked the long way. I said, shouldn't Dio have already opened this? More beeping. Why do we beep as we... Like, I feel like we could have, like, done this a little bit quicker. If that's one minor complaint I have, we have a lot of time walking to places. And it being shown on the map. Yep, see, we're walking again. Like, can we at least, like, I don't know, even if you couldn't have picked the pace up a bit, like, had a button that fast forward or something? Warehouse A.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Why do you do this every time, Dio?
Sorry, I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio? In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it back like a veteran gambler, grinned and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Ugh. I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back. As was Phi. And of course, Clover. Where's Tenmyoji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I see.
How's he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then, huh?
Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
A laboratory.
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelivir?
Yeah, it's in what's-his-face's top pocket right now.
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelivir in here.
Yeah, mug Dio right now, Phi. Kick him in the dick. If anyone's gonna do it, you are. Or maybe Alice.
I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
My eyes flick to Dio for a moment. No, nothing. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
Please, Fi, pick up on what... Give up! Pick up on the key we've just given you. So, how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Fi only shook her head. With the unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alice and Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice, Kay, and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelavir hidden somewhere in there.
Oh, you are just the biggest dickhead. Ugh, what a bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
Fi, pick up on what I was throwing down. Please. She nodded to Clover as they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed in their footsteps. Or followed a few footsteps behind. You know what? It doesn't matter. Okay then. Guess we should be going too.
Hold on. Show me that journal first. Dio told me about it.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language.
Can you read Latin, Fi?
You said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we confirmed Fi can read Latin. Yeah. One sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Fi. She began to flick through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
Figured! Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
So, in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly.
Valid point.
This looks like some kind of research log. It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice, kind of. I can understand a little of it. Mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
I skipped over some of her dialogue there, I apologize. Fi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. And suddenly she stopped.
Wait.
Huh?
I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
What's it say?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute.
I took the dog for a walk today.
Interesting. All right, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
Ooh, in Latin? What? Why are they talking about that?
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed at which of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a one-to-one basis with regard to time, Radical 6 reduces this to the square root of 1/6, or approximately 1 to 0.408. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. So, okay. So it's just for every second outside is just under half a second inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.545 seconds, or root 6 seconds, have passed outside. In other words, when 10 seconds have passed in the real world, a patient infected with Radical 6 only feels as if 4 seconds have passed. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Radical is another term for what is known as the root operation, the function inverse of the taking of a power. In less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The exact cause of this is yet unclear, and although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed, many believe that they are not unrelated. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if a video cassette were being played fast forward. Man, for those kids that don't know what video cassettes are, you're missing out. You're not really. For instance, although the patient believes that 10 seconds have passed, in fact 24.5 seconds have passed. Given the increased speed of output, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we have been unable to develop one. It seems to be in our best hope now to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I have continued my efforts to discover an alternate means of treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that we will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will survive that long. The bodies of the dead from suicide are piling up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times their swarms are so thick when one passes it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day I see more crows and rats everywhere feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy looking creatures are the stray cats, who have grown fat and on a plentiful rodent diet. A few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Whoa, that's a lot of information. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's, what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself.
There are two other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet.
And yet we still have Excelivir?
What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when the journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Excelivir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th.
So we were kidnapped on the 25th, and this was written on the what?
No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not.
That means it probably was.
Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters? Which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's not been infected, right?
Then maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be... bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then when the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it sounds pretty plausible scenario, but... we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions.
That's this game in a nutshell.
I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Fire barely finished speaking before she took off to the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming in the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
And with that, she'd gone. Man. I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
Yep, we've seen this still image a few times. I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal and the thing Fire talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but at the moment the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake. Mine and Quark's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Is this? Okay, this is one of the branches I make a choice. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. But if we weren't able to restrain him a second time, what if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with Exalavir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, that was an excellent chance I would wind up dead. The question was then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger as he was in to save myself? It was so faint I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
He shifted a little and then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I even consider letting a child die in my place? Yes, there we go, Sigma. You've gained a moral compass. Suddenly, my chest feels hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die, even for a minute, was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I ever gonna leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists and I looked down at them. Any uncertainty I felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, Any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you gonna do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round.
Don't you only have one BP?
I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
Tenmyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Let's go.
Okay.
Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenmyoji and Quark behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Yeah, Clover, we have a right to look bummed. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, that asshole! Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
Whiplash! They're all closed. When we came out of before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he already went in, I guess.
Exactly.
That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Axelavir from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. I made up my mind to choose Ally, no matter what, but... part of me still wants to consider trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he made sure I wasn't going to get a chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explains Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking Betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes Ally, I can't choose Betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
And he can piece the fuck out!
But what if he forces you?
That was robotic and a half.
You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Does Kay have to vote or something? Kay continued briskly toward the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Phi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
We're gonna find another dead person.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot to the second room from the right, and soon were out of sight inside. Alright, Clover, time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed towards the leftmost AB room. Open the door, another dead person. Oh, for fuck's sake, again! No dead guy this time. Sorry, dead lady.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm gonna choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to Ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to? No. No way. He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points.
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chooses Ally, we can choose Betray, and then you have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
I mean, it's a very valid point. He did just nick Excalibur to make himself look like a... I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only choice we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excalibur, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can't guarantee that if he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran towards the voting machine. No! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backward with all my strength.
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die! Dio's going to kill you! You can't do this! I don't want you to die.
Ten seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Thanks. Means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave him my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.